it's me again, here to annoy you. Well, I hope not, actually. Anyway, I'm sitting here. What time is it? It is 22 a.m. Can I sleep? No. Should I sleep? Yes. What am I going to talk about? I was actually just going to talk about this generation. This generation rules the nation with version. Or does it? Well, I don't know. I feel sad for this generation. I think I said it in one of my other videos. Because they've got all the technology. They've got it all going on. They know everything, right? They think, for one, they think that I'm an old codgeress. Because I'm 52. And what do I know, right? Actually, what do I know? I think I've got to this age and I'm like so baffled with life. You know, it's like you go into this life with all these hopes and dreams, and loads of them come true along the way. I mean, I've had a pleasant life in some ways. I can't look back and regret, I have to say. I'm not rich. Not even close. It's why am I laughing about that? It's not even funny, is it? I'm laughing because I don't know. I remember when I was growing up, my dad used to say, because my dad's Israeli, please don't hate, and my mum's English, and my dad used to say, because I liked singing, so I used to always be like singing in my bedroom with my hairbrush or whatever, thinking I'm going to be really famous. and my dad would say, she's going to be famous, unbelievable, what a talent, you know. And if any of his friends came around, he'd call me out and get me to like start singing. And I really wasn't that good. I've got better, funny enough, over the years. But that's because of confidence, because when you're young and you're trying so hard to be cool, you actually limit yourself in so many ways. So I was stifled, really. On the one hand, my mum would be like, shut it! When I started singing, she'd say, shut that noise! Dad would be like, this is unbelievable! She's going to be famous one day! You know, and so it's funny because... So I didn't end up famous, right? But I have like a singing YouTube channel, and I'm kind of famous to myself. And and I have done over the years. I've done some singing in some care homes over the years, before COVID mainly, and that was nice, you know, because then I got on to put on sparkly dresses and dress up and do a bit of a Shirley Bassey, you know. And so that was famous kind of thing. And I'm sad because my dad died in 2007, and at that point I still hadn't come out of my box in that sense, and I never really took to the stage. And it all happened after he died, and then I thought one day, do you know what? I like singing. Why don't I just do it? You know, so I did it here and there. And yeah. And when I'm asked here and there, I mean, I get nervous for a few minutes. I usually go in the toilet and start talking to myself in the mirror and go, you can do this, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, I get it done, and it's nice. Once in a blue, actually, because I'm menopausal, as I've said as well. I don't often have the energy for that. I could actually make a career out of it, but I just can't seem to like... you know, make sure that I'm always in the mood for that. Is this camera like dodge or what? Hold on. Oh, right, yeah, there we go. So yeah, I don't have that energy and that stamina anymore, but maybe I'll get it, you know. Maybe this like menopause will sort of like chill out a little bit and let me have a life, you know what I mean? So yeah, anyway guys, I'm doing like little segments here and there. Are there any topics that we want to talk about together? As well as subscribing to each other's channel. It's all very well viewing me, right? Okay, so hold on. One of my views has got quite a few. One of my, you know, what's it called? One of my videos that I've just started on my new channel has got a reasonable amount of views, but the subscribers, they're not getting my point. my point is, guys, if we all subscribe to each other's channels, for example, you like my channel, and I'm just saying, if you're doing some sort of content, anything really, as long as it's not like really, really, really terribly boring. But as long as it's something decent, half decent, we subscribe to each other's channels, especially us over 50s. We need a bit of support, don't we? We could use this platform to actually make monetize, to make an income, and actually would so much help us, wouldn't it? We could actually even have, like, imagine like content creators, meeting up in, say, Spain or something once a year or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like we could do something. So what I'm going to start doing, I just was watching a guy who started his channel at 80. Amazing. I'm thinking, he said keep a notepad, because like the other day I had like so many ideas when I was driving around, and I thought I'm going to talk about this, I'm going to talk about that, and do you know what? I forgot. So he's right. Take a notepad when I feel inspired, when something comes to me, because loads of stuff comes to us all the time. But it's like by the time you get on here, you're like, hold on, what was that idea again? What did I think? So look, there's loads of stuff I want to talk about. There's loads of stuff we all want to talk about. Some of it's controversial, and then I hate being hated. You know what I mean? Like, I know people who say, who cares what people think? And if people don't like you, don't let it bother you. But actually, of course, I don't know. Maybe some people do. It does bother me. But hey. But then why would I come on here? So you've got to take the rough with the smooth, right? You've got to take, people are not always going to like you. They're not always going to be your friend. You know what I mean? And if I say something that is different to them, I don't even want to even say it. But for example, years ago, I said, like, I was somewhere. It was like a homeschooling thing, right? And I said, I quite like Nigel Farage, because he's really straight. He just talks straight. I might not agree with everything he says. I don't even know everything he says. But from what I've seen of him, I quite like what he comes out with. And this woman just like came up in my face, and she was so like annoyed or vexed. She was vexed. And she just was like, how could you like him? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like thinking, oh my gosh, do you know what I mean? I said something similar about Trump. Once at another homeschooling event. Don't hate me, please. I mean, look, do I know everything about these people? Do we know everything about everybody? No, we don't. But, like, I don't know. I like people who are straight. I just like people who are straight. I'm not saying he's definitely straight, because I don't know everything about him. But, it's like somebody said this once. This lady and man and wife that I know, they said, do you know what? We had one boy and we had all the rest girls. At least we knew where we stood with our boy. If he was naughty, it was just in your face. The worst we kind of would get with him was he was caught smoking around the back of the bike sheds. With the girls, they said, they're angels, they're so angelic, they're daddy's girl, they're this, they're that, and then next minute they turn up pregnant. So it's like, what I'm trying to say by that comparison has got nothing to do with anything in one sense. But what I mean is, it's kind of, when they say better the devil you know, it's like, at least if you can see it, at least if somebody says stuff and they just say it, they might even make mistakes sometimes. But at least they're doers, or they say what they've got to say. I like that. So when I see people who say what they've got to say, I'm drawn to it. Do I agree with everything they do, everything they say, every policy they make? Of course not. Do you know what I mean? In one sense, I think, like, who am I? I'm like, well, I'm not up there, with the big uns. But I think like politicians and all these people, I've got this gut feeling that they're just all puppets, and it's all being like, the 1% at the top somewhere is kind of puppeteering, and we're all like fodder. You know what I mean? All the 99%, we're all like just fodder, and we don't really matter because we just get up, go to work, do everyday mundane things. I think some deeper stuff than that, but I don't even know if it's probably allowed to say. I just feel like every so often, quite a lot of us are just maybe wiped out because we're unimportant and we're not making enough money for these people, and we're not on the same level, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we just there's a rap song that said, "We're born, we suffer, we die," but there's a loophole, and that was a gospel song, rap, and they were the loophole was referring to Jesus, you know, in that particular song. So that was a loophole, because we are born, we suffer, we die. I mean, how exciting is that, right? Sorry, I'm supposed to be encouraging people, but I am trying to encourage you. I'm trying to say, if we all kind of group together, even if we're nobodies, even if we're fodder, even if we're not, I don't know, that educated or whatever, I think that we can, first of all, we can earn something here on this platform, because we have this opportunity, an opportunity like never before. We don't have to wait to spend serious money on a course that really and truly we can find out that information on the internet. Not being funny, but all these guys springing up going, right, you know, you can get property portfolios if you give me thousands of your money. And I actually once nearly did that, even though I didn't have thousands of any money. I thought to myself, I know, I'll get in debt, I'll just take it out on a credit card or whatever, and I'll give it to this guy, you know, and I'll go to one of his seminars. I think, you know, this one big guy was really quite down to earth on the internet, and really had me on the end of my seat about maybe getting involved. I thought I'd really make it. I'm so glad I didn't. I just cancelled it last minute. And I tell you what, these people on the phone were trying to give me a big hard time about cancelling. Yeah, but you know what, this, that and the other, I don't think you're not really supposed to do that, and blah blah blah. I'm like, what? You know, it's like, I can do what I want, my friend. Do you know what I mean? So luckily I didn't lose my money, and I didn't give any more, and I didn't show up, and I'm so glad I didn't, because do you know what, I'd just be like filling his pockets and making him bigger. I don't know how these people actually can sleep at night. I'm not saying they're not nice people, maybe I am, but I don't know. It's like they don't sort of mind to they give these seminars, they rent out these posh hotels, and of course they can pay the overheads of all of that because they take in our money. We're already telling them we're broke and we need a money idea, and they're offering us this sort of get rich thing. And I don't know, they parade a few of these sort of like model people that maybe get backhanders at the front to say, you know, we went with him and we made loads of money. Oh man, it's like, look, you know what? How about this? You just walk me through the whole thing, then I'll give you my money, even money I haven't got. I will take out some serious debt, right? And I will give it to you as long as you walk me through the whole process and make me the flipping money. Do you get what I mean? Is that so hard? Is it really that hard? Because if you really are promising these things to people, that's what you should really do. Otherwise, just don't do it. Don't promise it. Because it's very cruel, you know, when people are like giving their last, you know, few pounds in their little, that they've saved up for years in their biscuit tins. And it's like, I'll give it to you, mister. You know, and maybe you'll get me finally, you know, I don't know. We're dreaming, mate. We're dreaming. I don't know. It makes me sad. It's funny because my dad was always trying to, like, till he died, he was always trying to, like, get rich. He used to have money and then he lost everything. He was a gambler. It's a long story. I mean, I'll probably explain it one day. But yeah, he lost everything to the point that, you know, my dad used to, like, go on the street and pick up cigarette butts, and he used to come back and, like, just unroll the cigarette butts on the table and put and make roll-ups out of them, because that's how broke we were at times. It's funny, isn't it? Because we were so broke, we didn't have a lot, but we had better memories. We were happier with the small things that we had. Anyway, that's another old person's rant. Anyway, listen, you know what? I'm going to stop. Why? Because I'll just go on and I might not really pick a direction, and I'll just, like, really bore you to tears. So I'm not going to talk anymore. Anyway, it is now, what time is it? It's nearly 5 to 2 a.m. in the morning. I really should go to sleep. But if you would subscribe to my channel, it would be really nice. I'd be really grateful. And we'll talk more. I can't make you subscribe. I can try. But if you would, it'd be really nice. And if you've got a channel and you're doing stuff similar to this or some other stuff, let me know. And what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start, like, putting certain channels that I think are really cool and really like interesting in my description and stuff, so that people can look on there and to subscribe to them as well. And yeah, you know, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. What do you reckon? Let me know in the comments, by subscribing, by viewing, by sharing. Anyway, so this is Natti Gee. A little bit, what do you call it when you've just gone past tiredness and you are delirious? I'm a bit delirious. Anyway, it was nice to see you all again. Thank you so much for viewing my channel, for subscribing to my channel. Hint, hint. And I will see you on the next video of my next rant. And if you've got any questions for me, ask me them. I mean, I'm quite an honest person. I do wear my heart on my sleeve. To my detriment, I've shot myself in the foot so many times doing it. But anyway, I'm here. We're on YouTube. We're together. We're making, hopefully, one day some sort of income here. Anyway, yeah. I'm going to try and wind down and sleep. So nice to see you again, guys. See you soon. Bye.